Monster King committing to Killer B for this first game. Now, Killer B is a bit of a tough character to place. Very strong, obviously, has low health though, and Vice does damage. So we're gonna see how Monster King is able to play this keep away game with his character. Killer B, I like to refer to as like the Nilia of Cyberbots. So they've got very good mobility, low health, strong mix-up game. You know, lots of high-low mix-ups and weird momentum. Mibiro scores a command grab though. You know, many of three of those and some OTGs might kill Killer B right away. We're in a good spot though. Yeah, if you ever miss your tech, you are probably eating some OTG damage. If you're not familiar with this game, you can OTG throw as almost every character, and most characters have a kind of a everyone actually has a global pursuit as a jump 2H. So the interesting thing about this game, right, it's got a pretty simple button layout. It's got light, heavy, boost, which is your dash and air dash button, and weapon. Weapons count as normals, but they're usually the same thing, just at different heights. So like shoot missiles high, low, homing missiles for Vice, which is very deadly. Yeah, huge OTG there from Mibedor. All right. The thing about Killer B's Killer Sword there, that's what it's called, half circle back, is that it can OTG, and it's also pretty safe if spaced. So if they tech, you still get some pretty free chip damage. Good command grab. Is that it? Yeah, that's going to be it. All right, one round apiece. What a thrilling way to open this for sure. The range on that command grab from Vice is also, cannot be overstated. Will outrange certainly some buttons. Will probably outrange Killer B jump L as well, which is very scary. Vice has an air command grab. The input is the same, ground or air. It's a simple 6-2-3 motion. The game is pretty strict about it though. He has a grounded 2-3-6 that you really don't want to get because it's blockable. But in the air, there's no such conflict, and you also get to option select it with jump L, because this is an early fighting game. It follows the Street Fighter 2 school of no whiff animations on throws, with a couple weird exceptions. Monster King, though, playing this excellently. The timer is pretty fast in this game, but so is that Vice. Benza one command grab, spends Giga Crush, which is a global reversal, kind of similar to a Super Joy and a beat 'em up. Excellent poke with the jump H from Monster King, though. That is a huge button. If you're not blocking in that situation, yeah, nothing you do is going to beat that. Very smart. With Monster up, he is going to stay on Killer B naturally. Monster has some pretty deep pocket characters. We could see Tarantula, Golden. He played Riot in one lifetime. Oh, okay. One command grab, jump L. Yeah, that situation is so dangerous. You can guard cancel in this game. You can escape that jump L, which has 3 hits, and having 3 hits means more chances to guard cancel. But the guard cancel input is pretty hard. It sounds simple. You just boost out of the last half of block stun, but the timing can be pretty short. It can be as short as 5 frames, 7 frames, 9 frames generally, depending on the strength of the attack. Because there isn't just a binary light and heavy. There are kind of attack levels similar to something like Guilty Gear. But enough about getting into the technical nerdy details. We're doing damage out here. Arm off, arm back on. Arm acts as your stun meter in this, so if you take enough damage, there goes your arm. Fully charges the sword, almost gets the OTG that would have been game ending. This is a good spot for Monster King. And Killer B can get plenty of airtime. It can also just be very hard to catch. Now, he might be going for the chip out with Killer Laser, but it is a charge move. Oh, gets the drill. The drill is simply the coolest mecha weapon ever. Don't at me. But yeah, this has been incredible to watch. Oh, okay, lands, gets kind of a safe jump there on the Giga Crush. Those moves are, invincible, but they're fairly slow depending on the character. Some are fast relatively, or 6 frames, but some of them are as slow as 10. Oh, yeah, that's going to get command grab. That's a problem against Vice. You can't really... There are not a lot of frame traps you can go for against this character where you won't put yourself in command grab range. Flying in Monster King, but gets grabbed again? Okay. Yeah, that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen to you, brother. Let's go. Let's fucking go, man. All right. We have to think about this one. Are we going to see the character switch? No, we're feeling it. The sting of the Killer Bee may in fact be unavoidable tonight. We'll just have to see. God, I love these stages in this game. Just the you know, I want to say harbor, the airport here. That just, if we ever go back over to the right side of the screen, which may be hard because Vice is so oppressive in the corner, you can see those Gates units, the hardest working robot in the game. We will probably not see him in this top four. But yeah, both these two are fighting hard. You may see the life deficit on Mebedor's side, but one command grab will do it. Ah, my fault. My fault, sir. But yet there is still hope. Because to fight is to live, and you only die if you stop fighting. Scary situation here, though. You have to remember not to try and meaty Vice like that, at least on the ground. But it's so easy to mistime something because the game just moves so fast. There isn't even a turbo mode setting in this game. This game runs this fast natively. This is your only option. All right, Monster King backing up, wisely trying to create space, but has to be careful not to be too predictable, otherwise he may get command grabbed again. Yeah, air blocking those missiles. Air blocking is quite powerful in this game. Ah, misses the tech, and yeah, just that's gonna be it. It's 2-1 Nebedor. This is a winner's final, so this is first to 3. But I hope everyone watching at home is, you know, seeing what kind of a game Cyberbots is. Wow, that was actually kind of a setup. So if you air block, you cannot air block if someone's behind you. So if someone hits you from behind, you can't air block. And, you know, Monster King using that jump H low to the ground, forcing Nebedor to air block, and then hitting him with, you know, an L just to do some damage. All right, really good spot for Monster King, but has to watch out. Yeah, charges with the drill. Hits Nebedor before he can do anything. But this is a scary situation. Has to get one more hit to do it. Oh, using the 2L to interrupt the drill. Smart. Would have been killed to chip. Monster King goes for it again because sometimes the only way you win is by taking risks. All right, round start situation. Yeah, backs off. I think it's very rare you're going to see someone like stand their ground or go in on round start against this Vice character, just because the range of command grab is so big and so threatening when it's that fast. The other interesting thing about this matchup, right, is these two both have a weak projectile on their weapon. So Killer Bee shoots those mines. You can hardly see them on screen because they fly so fast and usually hit someone before touching the ground. But if they're allowed to settle on the ground, they will hit low. So that is something else to watch out for. Like there could have been a situation. But both these characters, Vice's missiles and Killer Bee's mines, are weak priority projectiles that can be hit with normal moves to destroy them. So that's also a factor. It's harder than it sounds, just because like they fly pretty fast, but something like Vice Jump L will probably snipe those and still be able to hit Killer B in some situations. So you got to watch out. Good OTG throw. Tries to go for the pressure here. Yeah, okay. That's the 236, the hit grab. You can see it doesn't do much damage either. All right, command grab, scary situation. Monster King does reversal. Yeah, got to watch out. There's a sneaky low. And now he's kind of up here in the air, trying to keep it ambiguous, because if you back up too much, then Vice will come for you. And once he has you cornered and knows where you are, it might be over. Is that going to kill? Oh my god. Ooh. Tries to tech roll in and surprise him with something there. Just a very scary situation for Monster King to be in. And that's going to be 3-1 Mebedor. Very well played set. But don't go anywhere. I believe next we're going to have losers semifinal. Shaded Fox versus Galump. Both some pretty solid players that are newer to the game, I'd say. I mean, I met Galump a couple of years ago, also at UMAD, and he loves the game, of course. We're most likely going to see, I think this is Blodia versus Reptos, which is, I like to say, is a pretty good matchup to show you the ropes of the game. Is drill faster than boosting forward out of the corner? Okay, fair enough. Because I'm thinking like it's not like it's so invincible or anything, right?
No, but it is hard from like 3, 2, or 3. There's not even icing.
All right, I'll get back to you. Good luck, sir. Also, this is first to two, remember. All right, loser semifinals, first to two. We're at it. Yep, just like I said, Blodia versus Reptos. Both some pretty well-rounded characters. Reptos obviously more well-rounded than Blodia, let me tell you. This character is so good in a lot of areas that despite not having a single low-hitting button, he is still top tier. Try to wrap your head around that. We'll see, though, if the Lump is able to use all of his tools. For example, his command grab, which, like Vice, he can do ground or air. Unlike Vice, the motion is 2-2-A. Although, yeah, there's a command grab. Although, Shaded has been getting a lot of damage here at the gate. As for Blodia, he's in the interesting category. Despite being the protagonist character, or like suit, he's still he's a bit technical. He's kind of a dedicated rushdown character with limited zoning potential, and he has some unique attributes. For example, he has an invincible DP. He can chain with his crouching normal, so he can do like 5L 2H sweep to mix up his combos and block strings. And in that sense, he's kind of more like Akira in Virtual Fighter than someone like Ryu in Street Fighter. Impressive Giga Crush there. Invincible, just blast through the laser at that close range. That's very risky, but that's exactly the mindset you need to have when you're playing Blodia. Oh, trades with, I think, Reptos 2L there. That's a very fast button that, you know, puts Reptos pretty far forward. He reaches into that a lot, which means it can be hard to throw him. And it's also, I think, 3-frame startup, which is just incredibly fast for this game. Yeah, Reptos is interesting. His main weakness really is just being a tall character. And he has slightly below average health. All right, big meaty jump H hit there. The Lump is trying to get it started, but Shaded is just a step ahead. You know, creating space here, okay, that's gonna be some damage, yeah, for sure. The Lump trying to just land that hit, but heavy DP is going to do that. It's gonna get Shaded Fox his first win. All right, what's it gonna be? We got the cool stage, underwater. And I love, again, you see how much effort they put into making this. Lots have, you know, more limited blue underwater palettes just for this. Okay, yep, throws him into the corner. This is a dangerous situation. Okay, gets a knockdown with sweep on Shaded Fox is doing well here. Gets command grab, though. Is that going to be it? One more hit? Oh, but as long as he's alive, he may be able to make this happen. Right, backing up. I love seeing the charge cancel. Trade?
Oh no!
Oh my god, stalemate. You almost never see that happen. That's crazy. But yeah, what Shaded Fox is doing there is charge canceling his projectile. So you can cancel anything in the first 16 frames, which means you can also, you know, with cancel or Kara cancel most normals. Weapons count as normals as well. So Blodia's weapon, I think, is like 13 frame startups. So you can do press light and heavy to charge. You can cancel that weapon, that blaster shot into charge, and suddenly you've got very little recovery and you're chasing behind that shot. So it's not really stable zoning, but it is a way in. And a way in is exactly what this Blodia character needs. Good reversal there from the Lump. Okay, yeah, just shooting out those laser screens. Good source of chip, and also like walls off the screen, just goes all the way up. Oh, big damage. And that's gonna get the OTG. Those lasers are so scary because if you get someone and they're at the corner of the screen where they can't scroll the camera back when they tech, then it's kind of they just kind of have to block it. They have to either eat the OTG or block it, and both of those options are still doing some pretty good damage. Right, good jump out. A lot of the time, jumping is like a good offensive and defensive option. If you're not sure what to do, jumping is often a good play because, again, air blocking is so strong. Air throws are kind of a premium. And jumps are fairly fast. I think they're universally 4 frames in this game. Anyway, we're in a situation here. Reptos is down but not out. Now he's got that meter on deck, spends it for the reversal. Good hit. All right, gets the grab. That's something crazy that Reptos can do. He can get a grab from the air to the ground. And the tech for that, it's probably a bug, but what you do is you boost and then stop your boost and then command grab. So the input we usually do is like 6B, 22BL, and that way you get the timing down. You just cancel your boost into the grab. And the reason it's weird is normally you can't throw someone when you're in the middle of a boost, in the middle of a dash like that. But I guess something about it like puts the box in a weird position. But being able to master that air to ground command grab is what makes this character so deadly. And just, you know, if he gets you in the corner, sometimes it feels completely unavoidable unless you have meter for your Giga Crush. A perfect coming out from Shaded Fox, confident going into this this last game. Right, backing off. Okay, they're both up in each other's face now. I respect the Giga Crush there. That again, when Reptos does Violent Wind, that move where he charges with the sword, that is -1 on block for the light version. So he puts you there, and it's kind of his turn because Reptos has such good range. And oh my God, doesn't matter though. Shaded Fox just turns up the heat and takes it there.
I cannot hear a word of There's too many games to play.
It's crazy, right? Cyberbots is such an advanced game for 1995. Right? I think up next we've got Shaded versus the Monster King. So that's going to be an interesting one. That's losers finals, first to 3. Should be Shaded versus Monster, yeah.
Shaded lost.
Oh. 2-2-1?
So 2-1 to come on.
Sorry about that. That's going to be the Monster King versus Galump. Yeah. Now those are some robots. I love this stage too. It's a shame that on arcade it doesn't actually show up in the versus rotation, but you can select it in the Capcom Fighting Collection port. So that's very cool. Again, Capcom Fighting Collection, if you can get it on sale, it's very good for playing the game offline. Online, it's all right. I mean, it's unfortunately the netcode isn't as good as Fightcade. I'm never playing North America to Brazil on that connection, but one of our best players on Fightcade is from Brazil, S91. Shout out to S91. One day I think you'll get to play in an offline event with us, but that's a story for another day. Getting set up here. I love the convenience of the Mister. There are a bunch of games here that I think we're running on Mister. Vampire Savior for one. But it'll remain to be seen who Monster ends up picking. It may end up opening with a different character entirely. In fact, I'm calling Golden right now. But it really is hard to read at the moment. But anyway, I would like to thank UMAD for letting us host this again, and Downtown Rumble for providing the stream, of course. It's been a bit of a bumpy road, to be honest. Brackets started a little late. There were a lot of conflicts between main games and side games, but we made it. And may we have a beautiful bots. So we're in here. The Lump on Blodia, Monster King on Killer B once again. Okay, trades the projectiles. In this case, trades are, pretty bad for Killer B having low health. Oh, that may be a punish situation. Good. Yeah, that's dashing L into drill. Pretty good. In some situations, it really is worth just getting the knockdown rather than going for damage. Killer B has some harder combos you can do for damage. You could get a jump in there, but again, it's just not worth the risk of dropping. Monster King in a very dominant position right here. Throwing out the beam. Oh, yeah, and the drill. Yeah, that drill is such a fast option. I've been saying it can be unsafe, but the dynamic against Vice, who has a command grab, and Blodia, who has to DP to really interrupt it, is totally different. In that situation, it's really more dangerous for Blodia. Oh, chases them with the mine. Yeah, the mine is good for, again, it forces them to block. Even though it is a mid, you may get a tech throw situation from that. Even normal throws in Cyberbots are just one of the best options. Killer B also, notably, one of the characters to have a command throw. Ooh. And good setup there with the mine as well. I think technically there might have been a window for Blodia to jump out, but you have to know that's coming. 3, yeah. 3 out of 5. Alright, back into this. Fun fact, the Monster King says this is his favorite stage, the secret base. We don't know exactly what they're planning here, but we know it's something big. Anyway, off to a strong start. Yeah, if you ever miss your tech, again, you're eating more damage and arm damage as well. And being without your arm in this game can be very dangerous. I mean, unlike Samurai Showdown, for example, your arm does kind of magnetize to you as soon as you touch it, so there's no guaranteed punish. But if you find yourself far away from your arm, you lose some normals, some specials, and you can't throw. And being unable to throw in this game is kind of a death sentence. Throw is just such a strong offensive and defensive option. This is, again, a proximity throw game. And there's not much throw protection in any situation, so tech throws are pretty prominent. Monster King was probably going for one there, but the Lump was able to interrupt with jab. And Blodia gets pretty good damage off his jab chain, goes for chip damage again. That's not going to kill, but again, good chunk of free chip damage, and one good hit from Monster King is probably going to do it here. If he gets a throw or a heavy button, that could do it. Oh, crazy reset situation. Sometimes the physics of getting hit in this game can kind of pop you up in weird ways, like a Blodia jab. Goes for the drill though for the chip out. I actually have an idea in that situation, but I'm not the one up there playing. The Lump is certainly trying to keep up here, and he does have a lot of tech in his back pocket. When you have those charge cancels on deck, that is just such a powerful thing. All right, OTG throw for Monster King. He's in a pretty scary situation, though, very behind on life, but things could get started here. Okay. Spends a good crush. Of course, the Lump is up, so it's not too bad for him. Oh, yeah, nails him with the heavy DP. Now, the winner of this will have to play against Nabeago, which, as you saw, is going to be a hard battle, but I think it'll be really interesting. All right. Calls out the DP there, gets a solid punish. All right, let's see what it is this time. Goes for the full heavy punish. Oh my god, yeah, Blodia also has a follow-up to his normal light grab, which is press light and heavy at the same time. The timing is a little hard to nail, but if they don't mash out quickly enough, you get multiple attempts. Oh, it just goes up, dashes up for the grab right away. Okay, Monster King able to successfully keep Golem at bay, trying to safely tack some damage on. That lands a throw. Bit of an unfortunate trade. Golem without his arm, it will come back though. It'll, yeah. The game is nice enough to throw it over to you if you spend about 5 seconds without it. Oh, okay, Monster King in a scary situation in the corner here. Reverses it though, gets a light throw. Okay, good tech from Golem. That could have been a lot more damage if he missed it. Okay. Okay, Monster King has to be careful here, but I think it's very possible for him to make this comeback. Ooh. Okay, yeah. Very scary situation. Missed tech from Golem. Monster King might want to actually stall this one out. Yeah, you know, not much time left on the clock. 20 seconds. Yeah, oh. Hits him with a tricky cross-up jump to H. The hitbox on that is pretty good vertically too. That might actually have a chance to interrupt Lodia DP if he does the heavy version, because the heavy version has less invincibility than the light version. Oh, goes for that fake jump in, empty jump throw kind of setup. Big damage. Oh, but Golem trying to reverse the situation here. Gets a big throw. Okay, lots of damage. Is this going to be it? The sweep? Okay, but he has to go for heavy DP if he wants to chip out and get sniped by that mine shot from Monster King. What an incredible set. A nail biter despite being a 3-0. Just incredible stuff all around. I'm very happy to see it. And it looks like we're going to have grand finals right away. That's Mebedor versus the Monster King. Monster coming from losers. You may have to try something different to Mebedor's vice especially. It's going to be hard. I think Mebedor, I'll be honest, as a player, it took him a while to find his aptitude at Cyberbots, but once he really locked in on that vice with the missiles and command grab, you know, repeated command grab Oki situations, and it became so dangerous to play against him. Stay hydrated, folks. You got a button check coming up. This is going to be pretty good. I can tell you right now. Let me tell you, folks, it's been a long journey for me too. I got up at about 6:30 a.m. to make sure I caught my bus, and then the bus was delayed and I really needed to eat, and we started bracket a little late, but I'm very happy with how things have played out, and we're here, and we're going to be done this top 4 soon. And I'll be honest, I may have been DQ'd from Vampire Savior, but that's just the price to pay when you're dedicated to your game. But I'm sure there'll be lots of time for casuals after, and that's really where the heart comes out. UMAD is nothing else of a party. And I think we celebrate fighting games and we celebrate community here. That's what makes it beautiful. Montreal is very nice this time of year. It's you know, less hot than it has been, and less hot than it was down in Toronto, I'll be honest. And we're getting right into it. Right? Yeah, coming out the gate strong with this Killer Bee. And every command grab situation here is so deadly, and yeah, Killer Bee a pretty wide suit. On some characters it's hard to get the full 5 hits of Vice jump 2H OTG, that drill, but if you can get it, that's almost as much damage as command grab itself. You can see there Killer Bee already you know, lost 40% health and change. Arm off as well. Killer Bee and the 40 suits in general honestly have a pretty solid unarmed 5L, or 5A as it were, but you still don't want to be unarmed. You lose your sword, and that's no good. Command grab's going to kill, yeah. Yeah, Mubero is just doing so good at locking him down. From that initial skirmish, it just becomes like how will Mebeor find his way into a range where he can command grab, which is most ranges. As long as he's closer than about half screen, that command grab is probably going to reach. Yep, gets the full OTG. Has that bonus damage too. Whenever you get full meter and you're flashing like that, you get 20% more damage for 10 seconds. And it, especially against a character like Killer Bee with low health, that is just so deadly. And now here, command grab will kill. Even like a raw jump L will probably kill. Mebeor gets the poke there with 2L there. Nice, fast, normal hits low. Very good Bari option for sure. And, you know, even if you're trying to block rather than trying to counterattack, the fact that it's low means it will prevent you from trying to jump, to try and chicken block, or to try and guard cancel boost out. Because when you're guard canceling, you actually cannot block low, which is a really interesting layer to the mix-up. All right. I like the option there for Monster King to go for the air throw when Mebeor tried to jump up there to air command grab him first. Now this is a scary situation. Monster King has to watch out. And the thing against Vice, you've probably caught on already, but the thing with Vice is because he can option select that air command grab with a jump L, if you try to land in hopes that he won't be able to, you know, air command grab you, now you're blocking JL and you're back in this situation. So Monster kind of has to keep it at this happy medium. Like, he wants to be too high for Vice to reach him, or he wants to be, you know, at a range where he's forcing Vice to block either those missiles or that drill. And he just has to thread the needle there and keep his cool. And Mebeor in the meantime is trying to, yeah, that command grab, there it is. No OTG though. Monster lives, but yeah, good call out there from Mebeor. Both of these two are just, you know, moving so fast, jockeying for position, and that's the beauty of Cyberbots. Almost every character can move that fast. Some characters have, you know, fewer air dashes or a slower flight speed, but for the most part, you're going to be seeing movement like this no matter who is playing. So it really is one of those games that is easy to pick up and hard to master. But right now we're seeing two masters go at it. And, oh yeah, that command grab from Mebeor and that OTG is going to seal the deal. We're here, Mebeor in Winners Finals up 2. Monster King though, he may have a trick or two up his sleeve. We'll see. Yes, big man to counter the other big man. Golden is the big body of all time. Very interesting character. I don't really know who to compare him to. Obviously, he brings to mind characters like Honda, but doesn't really have the same like normal feel as him. But the main thing that this character has, besides being big and slow and doing good damage, is his flamethrower. Flamethrower has good range. It doesn't count as like a projectile traditionally, but it has long range. So it'll go through other projectiles, which is both good and bad. But the main thing, the main gimmick with this move is that the air flamethrower and the dashing flamethrower specifically are frame 1 moves. They will hit on frame 1, and because of that, they actually have a 50-50 chance to be unblockable. So having that in your back pocket is big. Golden also has another surprisingly fast move, which is his 623L. I believe that's frame 3. It's not invincible, but it has a big hitbox, and it juggles for a combo as well, which is very rare in Cyberbots. You've probably noticed that there haven't been any real juggles in air-to-air situations like there would be in a game like Guilty Gear or BlazBlue, but here in Cyberbots, juggles are a rare commodity, and Golden has them. And it also means, honestly, the like, you know, the sort of slow movement and fast fall speed of a character like Golden means he may be harder to pin down and command grab. Good super, striking from across the screen, cross-up situation. Oh, command grab though. Golden does have a lot of extra health to work with. OTG throw, is that going to do it? Oh, ooh! Very good call out from Monster King. Hits the jump H that was not chipped, but Mebeor was probably trying to shoot missiles or something and got hit there. So this is still a set. Monster King though, making his final stand here with Golden. I believe he can do it, but it's going to be some hard work. Tech situation in the corner, jumps out, gets air reset, trying to find an escape here. Misses tech, I think on purpose this time, because again, if you tech predictably and you're in the corner, Vice will be able to set you up. All right, Monster King now finds his way out of the corner, all the way on the other side of the screen, can try and think here, how is he going to approach Vice? Does the dashing flamethrower And unfortunately, that flamethrower does try and auto-target the opponent, which can be, again, good or bad. It's just, this game is sometimes impossible to keep up with. Oh, that situation again. Yeah, Monster might have to be careful about how he engages here. But it's just, it is so fast and it's piling up, and he is just being smothered by Mibero's Vice here, trying to find a way out of the corner. Use that jump 2H stomp there, which stalls Golden in the air. Can be a tricky movement option. Smart. Monster King gets the last second throw, saves his life there. Is he still going to make this happen? Oh, big hit. May be able to get something started. Forces Mibero to air block. Scary situation. Spends a reversal because, yes, of course, what else are you going to do there? You got to keep the grappler off of you right now. Mibero is trying to poke safely, trying to open Monster King up. The danger of command grab is always in your head right now. And Monster King tries to boost forward to engage with Mibero, but gets clipped by those missiles, which, again, giving such a strong grappler homing missiles is a wild choice, but that's the way it is in this world of Cyberbots. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Good shit to all the players. What an incredible top 4. With, again, you love to see the character variety in this game. Everyone playing 4 different characters, despite the fact that we do know who the top tiers are. That's the beauty of a game with such unique characters. Play Cyberbots.